We have the Easy Rider. This is my most popular selling longboard. It is the board you want to buy if you only want one. You can surf this from 1 foot waves to overhead waves easy. It really works great. So let me flip this over to show you the bottom details and how it is different from the logs I make. So this has harder rails in the tail. So the previous boards I showed you had rounded bottoms. This is different. It's got hard rails in the tail, and I'll kind of show you with this stick the bottom contours. Again, this has the rocker starting here about where the cockpit is, where you stand on the board, coming back, accelerating. And then this is the area here where it's relatively pushed down compared to most boards. It's flatter, great for paddling, and then you have a nice kick in the nose that keeps everything from hurling when you're riding bigger waves. So what I have on this board is called the double barrel concave. So there's a V going through here like this, you can see it, and it runs through the board there. But it has on each side that little concave. And what happens when you're making turns and getting up speed, the water is driven through here. The hard edge releases the water, and the flex fin that goes here that has flex in it gives you a punch out of the turns. So this is a board where you can get in second and third and fourth gear and really go fast. So it's different than a log. It goes a lot faster. There's a V here that runs along here, and then it gradually fades into a triplane, which means it's got a little bit of break on each side so the board doesn't catch rails when you're going top to bottom. As it gets up here, it's the same kind of thing. It's a little bit of a V, so it separates the water, on takeoffs, paddles really well. Not a nose rider, but you can get on the nose on this thing, or near the nose pretty easily. But it's really made for, it works best in kind of waist-high overhead surf. And then again, as I mentioned before on the other boards, what I call the cockpit on the board, the area where you stand right here, right where that break in the rocker goes. So as this accelerates up here, this rocker, this gives you that turning ability in conjunction with this curve here. So those two curves work together to get down the line, to do cutbacks and do everything. This is a real seamless board, easy to ride. Again, one of my best sellers, and I've never had a complaint on this one. People really enjoy this board.
What sizes can you make them be?
Yeah, I make these things from 10.6s, great big guys, all the way down. So I make some boards in the 8.6 range for women and smaller girls and stuff, but usually I would say it's mostly 9 to 10 feet. Mm-hmm. But I always custom make my boards according to that person's weight and and their height and all those things that fits into the board, so they don't have a board that has too much volume or it's a boat, or a board with not enough volume, which I call a submarine. You want a surfboard that paddles well, but it fits your experience and your size.